Oh my goodness, boys and girls. Working up a storm. Working up a sweat even. I'm a little lopsided there. I can tell now. My heart is a pounding. Let me fix you up here real quick. Oh my goodness. A little bit better. Okay. So, I'm out in the woods. Today is a nice day. A little chilly, good amount of sun. Yesterday, we dealt with freezing rain all day. And as you can see, the top layer of this ice, or the snow when I walk on it, is ice. That's going to make things difficult tonight. I'm camping out overnight. I have like a makeshift pup tent, canvas tent with 2 shelter halves. It's a surplus item. So I got that in the mail. I decided I want to come take it out. I got a backpack full of gear. And I'm ready to make this place my home for the day and the night. Getting firewood is going to be an issue. Like I said, everything's frozen. Everything's coated in a layer of ice. Not frost, not like it's ice. It's straight ice. But hiking in here was difficult, man. Let me tell you. The snow was deep. You punch through it, even with these snowshoes on. And then I got a backpack, a pretty heavy backpack, probably about 35, 40 pounds. That's pushing me down even more. I think I'm going to camp in these woods. It's a nice small sprucey balsam fir type woods. I hope to find some hardwood. There is stands of maple and yellow birch kicking around here. So I hope to find some hardwood for my fire tonight. Okay, so you see the shelf down about a foot from where I stomped the snow down. That's not even where the bottom of the snow is. That's not even where the ground starts by any means. Then there's another layer of ice, so I'm down another foot, another layer of ice. More snow than the ground. I think, yeah, the ground. So, I don't know, man, a few feet at least. Pretty substantial snowfall this year. These guys said this is more snow they got here already this year than they did all of last year. Joe style. I've got this packed down space now where I'm able to work a little bit easier, lay out my stuff a bit, situate everything. Now, I have, like I said, I have these Polish shelter halves that were used as ponchos. And then they can you can buckle them together and then create kind of like a small teepee tent, a canvas teepee. But I've never seen them in person, I've never used them, so I searched it down on eBay, was able to find it. I'm not going to go through all of my stuff, just really briefly. I have a bunch of healthy food. Changed up my diet completely. So I'll show you as we go on throughout the day. Just got an extra puffy, a pot to cook in, some paracord, just the normal stuff. But here is what I'm looking for. There's one of the halves of the shelter. So it's not the smallest, nor is it the lightest thing going. But that wasn't the motivation or the idea for today. So that's the full tent together. Probably weighs a good 5 pounds easily. I told myself whatever I could fit into this backpack is what I could bring out for today. I didn't want to bring a sled, although with how difficult it was walking in here, maybe I should have. The extra weight on my back made me sink down a lot more. No deal breaker though, no deal breaker. So again, this is all new to me. I've never even put this together at home. And before you start commenting, well, what kind of outdoorsman doesn't test his gear before he goes outside in it? This kind. The kind that doesn't care if I just have to sleep in my sleeping bag overnight. It's totally fine. It's winter time. All right. I did, however, look briefly online at how people were setting these things up. And to the best of my knowledge, the pointy part goes at the top. You button them together. Actual buttons, no snaps, no snap life. Now I'm assuming these are the poles. Man, the dexterity just isn't there with these gloves. Assume this is a pole system. Yep. Now, oh, so cold. I imagine you could potentially go cut your own pole for the middle. But let's try this out. So it comes with stakes right in the middle of it, which is kind of decent. And that's not high enough. It's super cold though. Super cold. You know what? I imagine you connect all of them together. Okay, yep. There's a little plug on one. And that gets off. That gets in there. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Okay, that's not very tall. That's not very tall. That can't be right. Okay, well, if this doesn't work, we'll go cut our own pole. No big deal. Oh, she's cold on the hands, boy. Oh man, come on. Snaps might be a little easier. I don't know how well they work in the winter time once they get full of snow, but okay, let's try this. I think I got it done up enough. Okay. So the problem is that pole's gonna sink about that far into the ground. So I do think I need to get myself a pole, one that's much longer. So I'll measure where it is now. I need to add that much more at the bottom. So I need another good 2 feet on top of how long this one is. Another way to fix this problem would have been to get a big flat piece of wood, like split around, stick it down on the ground, and I stick this on top of it, and that would create buoyancy. It wouldn't punch through the snow, but that's always sketchy too. So there, then another 1.5 to 2 feet to be safe. All right. might be a touch tall. Let's see. Might be a little tall. Alright, it's always a learning curve, right? Going back and forth. We'll get her though. Okay, that looks good. Let's try and peg this down. The problem is now, the pegs that they gave me are not going to just stick into this snow and stay. I'm going to have to use snow anchors, which I'll probably just use the rest of this as that. My tie-out points. My tie-out points are grommets. Hands too cold. Ah! That whipped me in the face. Right on the bridge of the nose. Oh man. I'll wake you up. So what I'm doing in this case is sliding a piece of wood right onto that lanyard I made, slamming it down into the ground underneath the snow. When you bury that all with snow, a really good idea is to step on it a couple times, especially with a snowshoe, pack it all down, and move on to the next one. On to the next one, on to the next one. Alright, I've just got it all together after much tweaking. Yeah, haven't really looked at it inside or anything. So let's go around. You can see I got the sides pretty tight. This front flap is loose because it's open. So this front flap just stays open. I'll show you in a minute here what I mean. But yeah, all the snow anchors are buried, which is pretty taut around the sides. Then, yeah, the back and that side are all pretty good looking. Ah, going over. Check this thing out inside. I left the spot at the top open for ventilation. I assume later on I can put a pretty small stove in here, have it coming out the top. I could have looped that onto there as well, but I figure it's no big deal. If it, for some reason, I needed protection from rain or snow, rain wouldn't happen, but snow, I just tuck that right in and nothing's coming in there. All right, let's get this open and see how she looks. Ah, check it out, it's still got the tag on it. Zakladi Premziglu Odzigwego Pelernia Namist Wodsk Ladawjwik. Huh, I don't know what those words say. Lots of consonants. Alright. Oh, yes, buddy. Well, she's a little small inside. Maybe I put the center pole too high. I can still lay down in here, that's fine. I think they said they were supposed to sleep 2 people, so I'm sure I set it up a touch too high, and the walls are a little bit too angled steeply. But again, tons of snow first time I set it up, and this is doable. This would be big enough for me and Scout or me in my backpack or whatever for sure. I did not bring Scout today. He's doing fine. It's just too cold. I don't want him sitting here trying to lift his paws off the ground the whole time and freezing himself. So he's at home. He's at home with the wife and kids. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. Got a new pair of snowshoes. My other ones I've had for so very long. Got these from Moose Jaw. Different binding system. Seems to work all right. Oh yeah, plenty of room. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, plenty of room for me to lay down. My gear can go behind me. I'll build a fire right out here. This is canvas, or at least heavy cotton, so I'm not concerned about it catching sparks or catching on fire at all. This ground's pretty cold though. I don't really want to sit on it anymore. So these two shelter halves are assigned to two different Polish guys. Pelierna Namot is Z, Omostal, and then Wojsk Ladowsk. Brush up on the Polish, Joe. Brush up on the Polish. Nice to clean up a little bit, have everything kind of organized, have a little gear tree. Sometimes I'll build a gear rack. We'll go with the gear tree method this time. Got everything up there for my food, my grill, coat, saw, cooking pot, extra paracord. I could get my axe up there too. That's basically all my stuff. My little backpack can go, well not little, my backpack can go in the tent. I got pretty much everything squared away. This is the first time I've used this backpack. It's an Osprey backpack. I got it for backpacking. Loaded it up one time before a trip and didn't like the way it felt. But it seemed to have felt alright this time. Oh, look at this. This is the savior. The naked fruit or vegetable blend. What do we got in here? This is apples, mango, pineapple, banana, kiwi, spirulina, alfalfa, spinach, broccoli, barley grass, wheatgrass, parsley, ginger, kale, and a garlic. It's actually not bad tasting. It tastes more of pineapple juice than anything. In order to keep my water bottle from freezing or slushing up or getting hard to open, you stick it upside down. Can you see? Upside down in the snow. Snow's an insulator. It's going to stay all right like that. Even if I had it overnight, it would usually stay pretty good in cold temps. My axe right there too. All right, do I got enough frozen snot to get rid of it yet? I got my Fox Light wool hanky. Oh, she's frozen on! Ow! It's the only reason I didn't shave this mustache yet. Wanted to get a little ice beard going on in a video. Just being truthful. Just being truthful. Okay. That's getting shaved off tomorrow morning. Okay, my feet are very cold. My toes especially. I'm getting pretty chilled. Haven't done much since I've got here. Like I set that up, but I haven't been active. Haven't been moving around too much. So I know that I need a ton of good firewood tonight. I've got a chicken I'm going to roast over a spit. So I need a good amount of coals and good amount of fire to stay warm. So again, like I said, in this specific spot, this is balsam fir and spruce, and while obviously everything will burn, it's not ideal for firewood. So I will go out and look for some hardwood, some maple, some yellow birch if I can find some decent, not decayed too much. But for that, we're gonna have to put our snowshoes on. Let me show you how it is walking without the snowshoes first. And this is in the bush, where there's not as much snow as outside of the bush. It's almost to my knees, which is hard walking. It's hard walking with snowshoes on, to be honest with you. Okay. I'm gonna get those snowshoes on and get out, start hiking around, because I gotta warm these toes up and get some firewood. And I'm hungry for lunch. I need a fire to cook lunch with too. Okay. Before I get out there, I am really hungry. I gotta have a little snacky poo. Oh, my asparagus is frozen solid. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'll eat a gluten-free, low-sodium source of iron chewy bar. I'm not strictly gluten-free now. I'm just trying to avoid it as much as possible. Right now, at least. Sugar is the bigger deal, I think. Oh yeah, lots of nuts. It's a nut medley. It's so cold. It's so cold. My feet are frozen. I'll walk this and eat at the same. I'll walk this and eat at the same time. Gathered some already that I was able to grab pretty easily. Sawed off that guy. That's a big maple. These are balsam fir. Here's a bunch of maple leaning up here, nice and dead. Shed their bark a while ago, so we were able to get a decent amount off of that too. Oh yeah. Ah! Good thing I got glasses on. Man, tight back in here. Quite tight. Not the greatest wood going. It'll make a fire though. Make some coals, you know? Cutting a little release on the bottom, on the pressurized end, That way when I cut on the top, it'll be easier. At least that's the idea. Still pinching. Okay, this is all solid. Very solid wood here. That's a score, that one. Decent amount. Another bundle there. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and say it's not enough. Cold. Staying nice and unfrozen though. Oh, my veggie drink. So this is really important for me to get in because I didn't bring any spinach or whatever I normally eat during the day. I brought that asparagus for nighttime, but like I was saying, it's frozen already. So this is really important for me to drink throughout the day to get my greens into me, my fiber. Oh, it's icing up. I didn't stick that in the snow until way after the water. Okay, like you saw, I got a bunch of wood. I'm gonna head out behind the tent again, look for more. I won't bring the camera this time. I try to get out to the trail where there's like a clearing, and there's just no wood over there. I'm actually still in this small spruce balsam fir stand, finding way more wood than I found out there amongst the yellow birches and whatnot. Just update on the old toes. They've warmed up quite a bit since I started cutting wood. My fingers too. So the more you work, the warmer you are. It's just when you're sitting around, it's kind of cold, as it is. They say firewood warms you 3 ways. Okay, second update. I didn't get much wood over there. I got one good piece of maple and one crappy balsam fir. The reason that I don't want balsam fir or spruce as much as hardwoods is because they're soft, just like it sounds, soft woods. They don't produce half as good coals. They don't burn half as long. They burn hot, which is good, but they get used up very quickly. Whereas the maple, it's a good all around. It'll still get really hot and burn not even that long. Like as far as hardwoods go, maple's a good wood, but oak will be the longer burning. Ironwood, elm. But maple's good. Maple's very good. I'm very, very happy and blessed to have maple here. Okay, I have to buck everything up now. That's going to take some time. For sure. Scalpel. Putting pressure down with my elbow, kind of popping it up, because the way that I'm cutting, if I would just let it go right now, gravity would push it down. In all honesty, I could do this instead. have gravity just drop it like that. But this isn't as comfortable as what I was just doing. But, or you can do one of these, which I actually really like doing in the winter time, especially because it just stays. Stick it in. You know, you can even rock the piece of wood back and forth at the same time and get at opposite times as the saw and get a little bit extra oomph. And that's fine. If it wasn't, that snow is a pretty good brace. What is it not smart to do? Break wood on your knee. This is an aspen. I might be able to do something with this. Just keep this off the ground. I've done about half of the wood. I haven't really touched the big fat hardwoods yet, the big fat maples yet. Oh! All right. The few that remain can wait. Probably got 3 or 4 pieces. That big maple that you just saw me plop down here, the big forked one, will be good to use as an axe block if I need one. But until I need the firewood, I don't have to cut it up. Ah! I left the camera going, and that was 13 minutes. That was a workout, man. That's a pretty good pile of wood, I'd say. That's the little axe block there. And then I've got 2 or 3 decent sized pieces over there. I'm pleasantly surprised and I'm happy about this. Okay, that took some doing. I got 2 pegs on the outside, keeping it held all in place. You can't see that one. There she is. Got a decent amount of wood there. I kind of left the smaller pieces at the top left part of it so I could, you know, use the sizes that I needed. The bigger on the right, lots of big on the bottom, all accessible. Still do have all these few pieces here that I can cut up. That's a nice dry maple there. But yeah, all is well in the world. What I think I might do, because I don't believe that I need to use my axe much. Like, a lot of these pieces are small enough where I can baton and shave down. And I saved a couple really dry ones in there. It's not a big deal. I can get this fire going, I'm sure, without my axe. I brought it. You never know. It's winter. it's a very good idea to have like a decent sized axe on you. Regardless, that means I don't need this piece for like an axe stop. When I'm saying block or whatever, it means like I'm going to use this as an axe block. I'm going to put my piece of wood down here and chop, and then this block is going to keep the axe from hitting the ground. There's got to be another word for it, but that's what I'm calling it. Anyways, I don't need that axe block there, that stick, and it's a forked stick, so I imagine if I get a couple rotten pieces of wood bigger than this around, and I kind of sandwich them in between this limb and this limb on this forked stick, that I can use that as kind of a makeshift fire reflector until it burns down, until the snow all melts, you know what I mean? I know it's going to happen, but why not? And then that can add to the fire as it's going, add to the coals and everything. I'm not going to use this piece because this is a pretty good piece of wood. I'm going to go back over there and find a couple rotten balsam firs and do that with them. Do that with them. Alright guys, here's the scoop. Here's the scoop. Who knows what that's from? I've blown past lunchtime. Like by far it's 2:36. Got out here around 10 in the morning. So I'm not too hungry. I've been snacking, almonds, drinking that green drink, and yeah, I'm all right actually. So here's the debate. What I want to do is make a Bowdrill fire. I got that aspen there. Man, these things are fogging up. That I kept, and I also got a good piece of balsam fir. I believe I can get a coal. Earlier walking around, coming in, I collected a bunch of yellow birch bark that was in the sun, and I've had it in my pocket next to my body, drying it out with my body heat for the whole day. So that's a good start to a tinder bundle. I believe I can make some thin shavings and get it going that way. But do I just put all my effort into getting a Bowdrill? I have a fire steel. I can get a fire going. It's not a problem. Do I put all my effort into doing a Bowdrill and relying on the Bowdrill for the fire, and then if I can't get it, I'll use the fire steel, no big deal? Or do I hike around? Do I make lunch? Do I start the fire now? If I sit around, I have to start the fire because I'm not doing anything. If I make the Bowdrill kit, I will be moving around, and especially when I'm bowing, I'll be generating heat. Maybe that's what I'll do. The only man-made thing that I have is my piece of paracord that I'll use, and my belt knife to carve up the pieces and stuff. Should I do it? I don't know if I can do it. Let's try and do it. Let's try to do it. We'll try to start the fire with a Bowdrill, and then as soon as I get it, I'll keep the fire going from that point on, but I would assume it would take me maybe an hour. If I'm lucky, maybe 2 hours. Should we do it? Should we do it? Scalpel. Anyone? Anyone still following me? Making a chair was the other thing. That's the other thing I wanted to do. But I can just blow up my sleeping pad and sit on that in the thing next to the fire too. That's no big deal. So that's what we'll do. Bow drill it up. So what components do we need for a bow drill friction fire? Well, first off, we need a tool. And that tool needs to be sharp enough in order to carve some wood. I'm using a cold steel fin hawk, that's the name, a cold steel fin hawk. I've never used this one before. It's like a Mora type feel, very grippy, very sharp. I'll let you know my thoughts on it after I'm done using it. First off, you'll never lose this out of the sheath, that's for sure. It has one of those plasticky Mora type sheaths. Anyway, you need some wood. And in this case, in this environment, I need something to keep my wood up off of the ground. In most environments you do. So let's just make a little, can you see that, what I'm doing? Yep. A little platform on the ground, nothing fancy. Just try to keep it off the ground as much as possible. First I'm going to try the aspen. Aspen's a good candidate for, Aspen's a good candidate for the bow drill because it's a light wood. It's straight grained. You can make a dent in it with your thumbnail if you try. If you put a little pressure on there, you can dent it with your thumbnail. And that is all good characteristics of something that will work for a bow drill. So, now I have two pieces of wood. I split that round into two. And these pieces are 1 inch thick each. I'm going to look for the thinnest of the two, which is this side. And I'm going to use this for my hearth or my baseboard, whatever you want to call it. This is just getting put down on top of the wood. Leave it alone for now. This piece, the thicker piece, I want to use for my spindle. I don't want this too thick. That's why I'm picking this side for this one. They're millimeters of difference. It's not a big deal. Okay, so actually, you know what? I'm going to keep my shavings that I create because they are going to be part of my tinder bundle, or hopefully part of my tinder bundle, unless I can find some cedar around. I don't really see much else. So I'm going to try and keep them dry as possible on this. This is a Hidden Woodsman chair, like a bush chair. You see that? I'm going to try to keep my shavings dry and up off the ground and thin at first. Yeah, this is making paper thin shavings. That's pretty decent. This is the first time I've used this blade. Like, it's going to take forever to carve down a spindle this way, but I just really want, I'm not going to do it the whole time. I just really want all these thin shavings to throw in my tinder bundle. Because it's marginal. It's marginal at best already. Alright, so there we go. We got the hearthboard, spindle, blade, and a bunch of shavings. Next up we need a bow, a socket, or like a handhold, and a tinder bundle, but I'm working on that in my pocket. So a bow and a handhold. For a bow, I'm going to go try to find a nice live piece of maple, something that I can bend a bit. You can see where a deer is bounded. Right down that straightaway. I've been all in there. Looking for firewood. Alright, I got a decent piece. I was able to get a decent piece that I think might work. This is a beech tree limb. A limb from a beech tree. So basically I want it from armpit to fingertip length. So I can cut it there, but the thing is I want these Ys. So let's do it this way. Check out this ice on here. Ice chips off before I cut it. Anyways, we'll get rid of this smaller limb. Actually, all this ice dripping into the coal will not be good. I'll have to scratch it up in a minute here. But I want to attach one end of my paracord to here. This is going to be the end of the bow. So let's cut this short, right? So it's not in the way, it's pretty manageable. Cut this part shorter as well. Look at the ice just falling off of it, man. It's crazy. Okay. And then, look at this, man. That's crazy. We're gonna cut it this way. I don't want it too long. Too long is a little unwieldy. So I'm gonna cut it there. I'm actually gonna use my saw because I want a clean cut. Because I make a little notch and I tuck the paracord back into it. So clean cut will be easier to deal with. Definitely able to do it with a knife, and you can even make a clean cut with a knife, but hey look, I have a saw right here. Okay. I do want that ice off. That dripping down into my coal or potential coal could be a game changer. Could be a deal breaker. Okay, anyways, that's my bow. And this is the way I will use it. This way, there's a little crook here. I don't care about that. Bows can be straight, they can be gnarly. It all works. So, that's my bow without the string. Alrighty, we got our bearing block. This is the bottom of a maple tree. I'll use that maple tree later on for a spit for my chicken, and yeah, to raise that spit up with the forks of the tree. Nothing is going to waste. So what I want to do now with this is split this right in half lengthways. Okay. There we go. Much easier than doing that from the get-go. Okay, so pick one that feels good. This one feels better. All I want to do with this is just put a little tiny a little divot in there so that the spindle has a place to rest. And we'll do it right in the middle. I don't want to put too much pressure down there while I was holding it that way. That's really it. Just somewhere for that spindle to rest. Okay. We need a long enough piece of paracord. Probably this black one will do. When you transport your paracord, you really want to put it really neat, all in daisy chains. All right, just get a rough idea. I'll measure it out. That seems good because I do want to wrap the handle a touch. When I'm putting the cord on the bow, I tie a double knot up at the top and I pull it really tight so that there's nowhere for it to go. Now that's not moving. You can see there, it's held in. It's not going anywhere. That's important. Now the rest is going to come down. I want to line it up so that the string is even, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to put it like this. I want to put it like this so I get the full length right to there. See what I mean? Straight. Like a violin dealy, like a fiddly diddly. Uh-oh, that wasn't right. Just line it up. Take a tiny split in there. Okay, can you still see that? Yeah, she just sunk to the bottom. And then we're going to wrap this so the split doesn't travel farther up the bow while we're bowing. Oh man, just keeps going down farther and farther. Okay, don't want to go too far. Woo! Come on, I'm trying to keep my hand out of here, man. There we go. Okay. A little dicey there for a minute. Now we want to test and see how much give we need for the spindle, if that makes sense. This is what I mean. The spindle has to have enough, the rope has to have enough give so the spindle can get in there. So she's pretty tight. If I pop it in, it'll be tight. I don't want to do it now because it's going to move where the cord is in there. And it's probably pretty good where it is to the best of my calculations. So, we wrap in front. I actually should have left this a little bit longer. Wrap in front and tuck back in. Okay, it's tight on there. Let's make sure this pops in properly. Yep, nice and good. I might have to tighten that halfway through bowing, but that's fine. I'm expecting that. So that's how you want to set it in there, right? So that the rope, you can set it in two different ways. The rope, in my opinion, I want the rope this way, with the part near my thumb on the bottom, so that when I need tension, I push down with my thumb. A lot of people pull in with the bow, but I push down with my thumb, and I find I get a lot of tension that way. So this is all set up. We're ready to go. We're ready to burn in our hole. I'm going to get a nice platform down too, so that I don't put the stuff right on the ground. Ooh, I'm kind of excited. I haven't done this in a long time, guys. Kind of excited. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm going to try to brush all the snow off of myself where it's going to get near the baseboard. So, the only thing I didn't show you is I created a little divot in the baseboard as well. Just so, again, the spindle has somewhere to rest. I've got a piece of wood down, I've got my handkerchief down, and then the baseboard. When it comes time to actually get the fire going, to drill for a coal, not just to burn in, then I'll remove the handkerchief, or I'll put something underneath the handkerchief to catch the ember, the ashes, the ember, coal. But I have to still cut the notch, and I'm not ready to do that yet. All right, I'll probably be able to tell right off the bat if I'm going to be able to get a coal or not, just how this dust acts. Whoa, okay. Didn't put a deep enough divot on the top. She's smoking, but that old phrase is not always true. That's a nice burn in. That's a good burn in. I have a really good feeling about this. She's charred. She's charred on top too, which is not the greatest, but she's charred on the bottom, not polished. It's acting really exactly how it needs to act. So let me just show you here what I'm doing before I move it. Careful. So that dust there, that's gathering next to the hole, or next to that circle, is the dust that's going to eventually form an ember. Here's the charred ends. It's perfect. So I need to cut a notch now for that, to have somewhere for that powder to collect. So you want to make the notch a substantial size, like inside of the hole, probably a quarter of the way into the hole, maybe almost half. But then you want it clean, clean, clean. You want to trim it all up. So that's how the slide effect works. There she is. Okay, this next part is critical because I do feel like it is going to create an ember. I need to have all of my prep ready for a fire. I need to be able to like pretend like I'm just lighting a match and letting it go. So that means like pencil lead all the way up to fuel ready, and my tinder bundle ready. So my tinder bundle is marginal. I'm going to collect a lot of twigs. A lot of those shavings will go towards kindling, not just the tinder bundle, and we'll try and get this thing going, man. It's doing good so far. I have not seen a cedar. I have seen no cedars. Around my place there's all cedar. Even so, I would have to scrape down that bark pretty good to get it dry. But we'll see. Alright. My toes are frozen. I got frozen toes. Yogan froze. Look at that notch, boy. Look at that notch, boy. Oh, see the notch? Shaved wood. And then it'll collect my dust, right? Peanut dust. It'll collect my dust, and then I can transfer it to the tinder bundle. That looks like a good fit right there. Again, you gotta be religious about this. Sticking that spindle off the snow. Okay, that's good there. I'm gonna bang my boots off again. Good. We got a good fit. This is good. I have a good feeling about this actually, man. My tinder bundle is right there. It's that yellow birch, and I used a lot of shavings with it to hopefully give it as much chance as as I can get. 'Cause that's the only sketchy part. That's the only part that's giving me any kind of questions or concern. Where did I put my bearing block? There it is. Got him. Got him. All right. Wish me luck. Here we go. Last time the smoke came on pretty quick. Who wants smoke? At first I want to just build up the dust before I really go for it, but I got to keep enough pressure down it doesn't fly out, and I have to breathe. Here we go. Yeah, she's smoking still. That's a really good sign. That's a really good sign. Put that in my pocket, make sure it's not too hot. Okay, okay. This is the part we have to be careful about. Should I show you the smoke? Should I show you the smoke? I do not want to mess up here. No, no, I'm not going to. There's my plane. Oh man, it's a good coal. That's a good coal. Okay. I don't want it to fall apart. You're not really in too much of a rush at this stage. It's good to catch your breath. Oh yeah, this is gonna work. I have a good feeling here. Oh man. Oh, I lost her. I lost her, guys. Okay. Okay. It's okay. I can do it again. Spindle's still in my pocket. I still have room in that. It's okay. I have to do something different about this tinder bundle, though. You guys saw it smoking, right? Like, it was going. I'm going to just put this in there away from everything again. Okay, it's a good sign. It's a very good sign. I got that coal lickety split. It stayed strong. A lot of the times the coal will start and then peter out, but that was a good coal. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should put more shavings in the tinder bundle, the wood part. Maybe I should put more wood shavings in the birch bark part of it, because there's none. It's like a nest of birch bark, yellow birch. Here, and then underneath it is all the shavings. Why is it not focusing? There we go. It's all birch here, shavings underneath. Maybe if I put some real thin shavings in the top. Look, it burned. You can see where it burned there. Okay. Yeah, I'm hopeful still. That was a good burn, good coal. What else can I do? I found some some oak leaves. I can see if they're dry-ish and put them in, but okay. Take two. Too much friction at the top. I might have got a coal. Yeah, I did. That's good. Stay strong, little coal. Stay strong. Yeah. The top needs to be fixed. It's very blunt. It should be pointy in there. But anyways, coal's good. I'm sure you can see it smoking. Hopefully you can. Hopefully you can. I need to catch my breath now. Shavings in there too, closer to the middle of the bundle, so I'm hoping all is well. Hoping it'll work good. I'm just adding all that dust around there. Okay, I'm gonna get my stuff out of the way in case I do get a fire. I'm gonna put it down on this platform here. So I want all that out of the way. She's smoking really good right now. I should do this while it's smoking good. Oh! It went in the snow, guys. It went in the snow. It's stuck. My thing stuck to the cloth. That sucks. Good. Good. Ah. Well, I apologize that this is taking so long, but this is the reality of the situation, right? Ah. I could definitely use my fire steel anytime I wanted. And maybe if I don't get it within, if I get it in the tinder bundle, it doesn't blow into flames, I might just resort to the fire steel, because I'm very cold. It's 4 o'clock. But I would prefer this. I would prefer this, obviously. Okay, this time we're going to be extremely careful lifting it off of that handkerchief. Catch your breath, Joseph. Just trying to make it perfect. Marginal tinder. Marginal tinder. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. I gotta get one more shot. I'll be back. I'm gonna go look around for whatever I can find tinder wise. It sucks getting that far, that solid of a consistency with coals. Every time I tried, I got one. And then not being able to blow into flames kind of sucks. Give me a minute. Oh man. All right, I just got back. I did find one cedar. Look at this. There we go. She's icing up on me, even with it tucked down in the snow. Oh man, it's so chunky. So chunky. Icy, so icy. Okay, found one cedar. I had to shave down like crazy to get the dry bark. I got it in my pocket warming up. Got a few beech leaves in there warming up too. I gotta lose these snowshoes now again and give it one last try. I've been out there for a good half an hour hiking around. 4:30. 4:30. Okay, I probably got light till about 5:30 or 6. Excuse me. Good thing is I warmed up walking around. All right. All right, this is the last shot. Everything's kind of getting loose. I'm getting cold and tired and hungry. It's snowing a bit. All right, tinder bundle is ready. Hopefully, wish me luck. Gotta stop before it flies out of there. All willy-nilly style. Big Willy style. Okay, we got another coal. I'm really happy about that. Really pleased with this Bowdrill set. Did I say that already? Good healthy coal. Good healthy coal. Alrighty. Okay, I got the cedar fluff right in the middle, and I got the beech leaves surrounding it. Let's be careful. Just adding to it, trying to add to it. Oh, please work this time. I got all my stuff here, all my kindling, my shavings, all that fun stuff. Okay, that's it. That's it then. Well, that was something while it lasted. Now, if I were to have carried something in my backpack like jute twine or dryer lint, then this would all be possible. But what is the point of that, right? What is the point of carrying a piece of paracord, a tinder bundle, an already made set in any way? Obviously, the paracord is the key, is the thing that I'm never going to make in the woods. You can do this. You can braid a piece of milkweed fibers or stinging nettle or sometimes basswood inner fibers. If you're super lucky, you make a super strong reverse twist or double braid piece of cordage, but that's really hard to do. But my point is, if I'm going to bring a tinder bundle, I might as well just use the fire steel that I do have as well. So yeah, I'm kind of bummed out about that, to be honest with you. I got one more in me. Do I got one more in me? Do I got one more in me? Let's see. You can just turn it off now if you don't want to see this. I won't blame you. Okay, I drilled right through the wood now. This is definitely the last time. There's a good coal again. It's not for lack of trying, eh? Not for lack of trying. Can't call me lazy, can ya? Oh man. Like, I don't even know what happened here. I'll let it build in there for a minute. Oh! There we go. I have made fire! Oh my goodness, I'm happy. Wow, 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 wow. Don't give up, don't give up. Oh my goodness. That's awesome, guys. That is phenomenal, phenomenal. That's so cool. Oh my goodness, I'm happy. Super happy about that. I was done. I was done for real after that try. I kept saying it, but that was it for old Joe. Oh my gosh. I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy boy. Keep her going, buds. Keep her going. Oh man, the warmth feels so good. Okay, so thoughts on this. The tinder bundle finally worked. There's a couple of different things, but the tinder bundle finally worked when I let the coal sit in there and grow inside the tinder bundle, probably along with the previous tries, drying the tinder bundle out even more so as it's sitting there. So the previous tries blowing it into flames and stuff, that generated heat in that tinder bundle, definitely, and would have dried things out even more. Even though it was in my pocket for most of the day, the birch, the beech leaves, and the cedar fluff were moist. They were damp, obviously. Everything is. Like, look, steam just pouring off this stick because of how wet everything is, right? It's just wet. Oh, man. Oh, it's so good. It feels so good. Fire is good. Fire good. Look at the steam coming off my knees. Oh, my gosh. Well, that was a good lesson. That was a good lesson for me that I still got it. That was a good lesson for me not to give up and to find better tinder bundle. Okay, I'm hungry. I gotta get a few things going on now. I gotta go back and get the stick that I cut for my bow, because I'm gonna use it for a steak or a spit for my chicken. I've got to blow up my sleeping pad and set out my sleeping bag to loft up. They're still all rolled up inside the tent. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty pleased, if I'm being honest about that Bowdrill. I was ready to give up, man. Hope you guys still stuck around, stuck with it. Yes, I just picked my nose. Tons of loose boogies in there. All right, I'm feeling good. It did take me. When did I start? 2 or 3? When did I start that? 2 or 3? I said it was going to take me 1 or 2 hours. It's almost 5. It must have been 3 that I started it at. And I've been sitting here by this fire for probably 5 minutes. So, yeah, it took almost 2 hours. But that, again, I got that coal pretty quick, and I put the kit together pretty quick. It was really just the tinder bundle, which I knew was going to be an issue today. Hands not too cold. All right, so as it stands, I need a fork. I need 2 forks, actually. So there's one here, and I can leave this. I'll leave that just as long as it is, actually, because it's going to go down through the snow, and we'll mess with it later. Put it there. Oh, close call. And there, and that way, yeah, I have options. I can cut it shorter when I get back to camp anyway, no big deal. So that's that. Then we need the spit part, which can be this, because I don't really see another good fork on here anyway. Don't knock the camera! Don't knock the camera! So, I'll just cut it long again. That tasted good. Actually, no, that's dead. I was gonna say that's a better size, but she's dead. We need it live. So this part is definitely live. If I have to shave it down, so be it. I could use this piece to here. That'll be plenty long. Yeah, I'll just leave it long again though. Better safe than sorry. Now I need one more forked piece. So I'm adding sticks lengthways, trying to build it out into a long fire. Just sinking right down the way I had it, and then not burning well. I knew that. I knew that as well. All right. So the components I have: 1 forked stick. Shall not pass. All right. And then another. This other one needs to be cleaned up a touch. I don't see my axe. Oh, it's over there. This is dangerous, how tight this sheath fit is. All right. Other than that, I'm really liking this. It's super sharp, durable. I was prying with it. I feel like it's probably stronger than a Mora. It's 5/32 thickness. Okay. So, measuring them. Obviously, I want them at the same height. So I will cut right there. Then I'm going to put one on one side, one on the other, as you would assume. Gotta love winter time, eh? Nothing like just jabbing her into the ground. Bam. Okay, so those are my markers. Now I know how long I need my cross piece. I got a couple different ones for a cross piece. I got a thinner one here, which I'd like to use actually. There'd be less stress on the chicken putting it through. Less chance of it splitting, I would assume. So this is plenty long. Ah, sorry. Yeah. It's definitely long enough. Okay. You know what? This is not going back in that sheath until I fix that problem. Yeah, we'll cut it right here. Sorry about that. Probably pretty loud, I assume. I'm gonna shave it down too, get all the bark off and the ice off. All right, I got the whole thing lowered. I got the spit shaved down. Time to get the chicken out. Oh, she's half frozen. All right. It's just a boneless, skinless chicken breast. Half frozen. Touching raw chicken with my hands. Just one hand. I'm just gonna put a touch of the old Joe Robinet spice on there, not too much. This looks good. Okay, now to get the stick on. Without splitting the chicken too bad. I'm just going to make this into a cleaner, sharper point. Wow. Okay. All right. Hopefully I can do this without touching the chicken too much. Oh yeah. Maybe not. Maybe I oh yeah too soon. Ah, she's splitting on me, bud. She's like frozen. Oh, it is frozen. Oh man, I'm gonna have to pin that back up there. Okay. Well, see how she goes. maybe it's alright. Maybe it's alright. Chicanos. I'm so hungry. Can you tell? Now this is more than likely going to be way too high right now, but it's going to smoke it a bit, and we shall see what happens from here. I might have to pin it together, and that's okay. But I will have to take these down even more. That's all right. Yeah, not good, not good. We're gonna have to pin that together. Oh man. Stay for a minute. There she goes. I'll have to whittle up some little sharp sticks, poke it through there. Sharp sticks is the technical term for it. So if I had a shovel, could have dug down for my fire pit, but do not. Okay, there goes the back of the fire reflector. Yeah, actually, she's getting good heat up there once it's going like that. I got my little piece that I'm going to make pins with. So I got some good news and some bad news. A couple things I want to talk about as well. I'm feeling pretty good. I didn't want to say anything earlier in the video. I don't want any doom and gloom type feels anymore. That was not my intent with the last video by any means. I feel good, and this is maybe a week after I shot the last video. So since then I've been feeling pretty good. Been regular, stomach's been alright, but I've been eating very healthy as well, which is great. So the good news is I'm feeling good, and it's really even better because I have to drive my daughter to London, and that's what's better, is that I'm better. What's not better is what's wrong with her. We found out maybe 4 or 5 days ago that my baby Autumn has hip dysplasia. How crazy is that? Hip dysplasia, something that happens in old dogs. My 5-month-old baby has. Her hip pops out, guys. Like, honestly, it could be worse. Don't get me wrong. It's not life-threatening. It's going to get fixed. Everything's fine. But she's my little baby. You know what I mean? My little baby. The happiest baby going. This kid... Picture... Where am I? It's opposites. Picture a socket, right? This is your hip. This is your hip. And you walk. And it moves whatever the heck it does. It stays in place. Hers is shallow and it doesn't lock. It's like pops out. It pops out, guys. So that's there. And the bottom pops out and it's just loose around in there. How horrible is that? They say it's painful for her when it happens. She's 5 months, she can't talk about it. So here's the kicker. 0 to 6 months, they can do a brace, or they can try a brace. She's right on that cusp. She's 5 months, but she is healthy. I'm talking a chunky butt. Like, she's a big girl. And it's good. You know, she's a baby. It's amazing. Like, it's like that. But I don't know if the 6-month thing is about weight and size more so than age or development. So I don't know. We have to go and talk to the surgeon. The way we found out when we moved up here, we had to get a new doctor. We don't have doctors up here. This is a nurse practitioner we go to. And she's a little younger, and she says she's giving the baby a physical. She's giving all of us a physical because we're new patients. She's giving the baby a physical, and she's like, oh, I hear a clunk when she's moving her hips. We're like, what are you talking about? We haven't noticed anything at all. She sends us for ultrasound. Turns out she was right, and I'm thankful for her that she found it so early. So it affects 2 to 3 kids out of every 1,000, which if you're betting on
like those are good betting odds, right? But it's not that common. And the girl also, my baby Autumn, also got the short end of the stick. She was allergic to milk from my wife, so she had to go on formula. She got a high bilirubin count from it. She had like a, what the heck is it called? She was jaundicey from what she was eating, and that's pretty rare apparently. And I'm telling you, when I'm not joking or exaggerating, this is the happiest baby going, man. She's just, I walk into the room, she's smiles, grabs the air for me. She's rolling over already. She's like ready to, man. She's good. And now this is going to delay everything too, right? Like, again, it's not the end of the world. Don't get me wrong, but this is just what I'm going through, and this is what I'm telling you. She has to either go in that brace if we're lucky, and that's it. If that doesn't work, there's surgery, and then there's a cast, and if that doesn't work, then there's surgery and a cast. The brace makes her like legs go up like chicken style, like this, and she has to be in it for 6 weeks. Imagine that. I have to drive like 8 hours back home with her like that, and then have her, because there's only 1 or 2 hospitals we can go to, and that deal with this stuff for kids, and then live for 6 weeks like that, or the cast and surgery for three months. I don't want her to have surgery. There's a good turnaround on it. It's like a good surgery that to have if you have to have it. Like, there's a good problem to have if you have to have a problem. You know what I mean? There's no like complications. The healing is pretty good. The results are pretty good and everything like that. If we don't get anything done, one leg will be longer than the other. She'll get osteoarthritis, be high risk for osteoarthritis. Won't be able to play sports, run around, stuff like that. It pops out all the time, like legit pops out. It goes back in, but it pops out. It's bad enough where they're not just saying, "Oh, leave it." It's got to be dealt with, and right away they got us in within 2 weeks too, which is unheard of. So I have to be good. I have to be healthy to drive and be gone again for about another week or so. So it's right back to where we used to live, almost a couple hours away from there. So we'll go home and make the whole trip. But yeah, so I'll be out of commission a little bit again for another week or so. Nothing crazy. I'll be right back to it. It's just this has to be done, and I'm definitely doing this. My little baby, and like this, so now this will delay her walking and crawling and all that stuff too, which sucks because she loves to be mobile, man. We put her in her jolly jumper, she's just jumping, videos of it on my Instagram. All right, anyways, everything's fine. That's just the last news we've been dealt. But I feel great. I feel really good. Changing my eating habits is a good thing. I'm gonna get super healthy. I'm gonna go crazy this summer and spring on canoe trips and backpacking trips and just enjoying all this splendor that I have up here. That's why I moved up here. That's why I moved up here. Bam, that worked. That worked pretty good. I carved 2, and I think I only need to use that 1. Nice. Nice. Alright, watch out guys, I have an idea. It might be dangerous. We shall see. So, there's a really good bed of coals down there. It's real smoky. And I'd like to take advantage of that while I can. I think that's about a good height anyway. So, the snow has given way. And I can just prop it here. I think that's good. I think that's a really good height. 1, 2, 3. That's a good height to cook on. I can add little sticks in there to flame it up, or even bigger logs to create more coals if I need to. But I think that's pretty good. Yes, I do. Probably the hungriest I've been in a long time. It's not a bad thing per se. My stomach usually starts to grumble pretty bad, and I used to get pretty bad gas when I got very hungry. But I've been trying to just slow down on eating completely, like just eat at meals and less snacking and stuff. So today was good. I busted my butt. I did not drink half as much water as I should have. I still have like a 3/4 of my Nalgene full. Just working. I just really didn't stop all day. Excuse me. Eating almonds and bars and sunflower seeds. I'm gonna have to dig all this out after so I can sit next to it and get warm, and so it has some airflow. She's down a good couple feet. I'm gonna need to get the flashlight out pretty soon. A little headlamp. Yeah. Just enough room for me to lay out straight. My little candle going in here. Set the mood. Oh yeah. Oh. I feel good on the feels good on the old back. The candle is just a nice amount of ambient light in here. Not any kind of warmth at all. Don't kid yourself. Just excuse me, a little bit of light. Well, I'm not warm. The whole fire situation is not good. I knew it was gonna happen. I just needed to cook that, and thought maybe it wouldn't happen this time. That's all right. I can fix it. I just gotta dig it out a little bit with my snowshoes. I still got tons of wood, and oh, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna saw up that wood while I'm sitting here. That extra 3 or 4 pieces. That way, I'll stay warm, and I'll get my wood cut up. Oh, sorry I didn't film that, but I needed to save this fire quick. So I dug down a little keyhole shape here as much as possible. And fire's going good again. It was just smoking like crazy and snuffing itself out. It had no air. So creating this little draft here did a lot for it, as you can see. And now I can sit right next to the fire and warm myself out. Except for this sit pad is probably as wet as the trees. I've got that that chicken right on the flame there. Oh yeah. Oh, she's good looking, but I get it cooked up. Maybe I can do it this. Look at that. A little 45 action. Perfect. Things are coming together, boys and girls. Everything's comfortable. You know what I mean? Everything's good. I have still plenty of wood. I still didn't finish sawing that wood up. I had to come and rescue the fire. So I got a bunch of wood stacked. I got a bunch of wood piled. My knees are drying out. Oh my goodness. Oh, I realized earlier I said the only other piece of clothing I had was my socks, my extra socks. So that's not true. I do have an extra puffy, a thin, my black Primloft one I've had forever, and I haven't put that on yet. So anyways, those are the 2 pieces of clothes I do have. I tend to bring that puffy jacket, that black one, more often than not, just because it doesn't take up literally any room. I can pack it into a pocket next to something, and it adds quite a bit of warmth when I'm out here. So. I don't want to wait for this chicken any longer. I want to eat right now. Why can't I eat? I don't want to wait For this chicken to be over, eat it up right now, salmonella. Sorry. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-da-ba-do-do. What? Don't tell me you never watched Dawson's Creek. I'm calling this chicken done. I'm thinking it's done anyway. I'm getting a little chilled. So before I dig into that chicken or cut into it anyway, I gotta get prepared for the cold here. Tuck in my shirts. Oh, she's getting brisk, baby. That's brisk, baby. Johnny. It's all nostalgic today. It's all old songs and commercials, you know? Not like that's any different than any other time. Okay, puffy jacket goes on. Woo! Oh, I wish I had a hood on my... I wish I wore a sweater, to be honest with you. I don't know why I didn't. Oh. Okay, we're warming up. Oh. Get that hood on. Now I'm gonna throw some wood in there and dig into this chicken, hopefully. I really think it's done. It's like past 6 o'clock. No, it's gonna be 7? 6:56 right now. Oh man. Okay. Can you see me or can you just see smoke? Here we are. Oh, it's a good thing she's done. Not that those forks did anything. I just left it on the snow the whole time. Just braced up. Oh, buddy. I'm calling that done. It's got a little smoke ring on it too. Is it done? How do you know if chicken's done? It's all white already. It's pretty juicy. Maybe it needs to go on a little bit longer. It's a little fleshy. I don't know, man. It's hard to tell. Tastes good. It's just so juicy. Yeah. Maybe it's not done. That's hard to believe, man. It's been on there for a long time. I don't know if I'm just... It's chicken. It's chicken. Even at home, I don't like it when it's too, like, juicy. It seems like it should be on the bit on the dry side. I could be wrong. But I don't want to test it. I don't want to have any issues, you know? Uh-oh. Alright, this has got to be done now. Try and lay this fire reflector down in here a bit, see if it burns up. It's not really doing much. There we go. That'll be a rip roarer. A rip roarer. Okay. Can you see me? Dressing up like a nerd on TV. I'll stop. Much drier. Much drier. Can't have it all, Joe. Look at the chicken, boy. Look at the crust. Hear the crunch. Yeah, she's done, eh? Yeah, I'd say. This is really good. It's warming me from the inside. I really am having a good time. At first, when I got out here, I was walking around dealing with the deep snow. I could barely walk in it and stuff, and it was trudging through. I'm like thinking, how am I going to set this tent up? It all worked out. Ah. I believe this is my first camp out since my last big video. Well, oh no. The one where I only had 4 items or whatever, and I built that little shelter. Spent the night out, ate that rabbit. Yeah, I think this is the first overnight since then. That was before Christmas. Craziness. I got some snow in the pot to melt. Just leave it right there, nice and easy. My last piece of Chicano. Gonna get down on it. Get down on it. This is a good setup, a very good setup, seat-wise and everything. Because while I don't have a back support, I do have. Am I even in frame? I am in frame. I do have somewhere I can sit, put my feet down. You know what I mean, chair style. The only drawback is it's super easy to melt my boots. I just have to keep taking them away, putting them in the snow, or sitting like this for a little bit. It warms my inner regions anyway when I do this. But yeah, everything's going pretty smooth, man. This is probably the coldest I've camped in a couple of years. I don't remember it getting even this cold last year. It's only -15, or supposed to be -16 tonight. Excuse me. That's not to say that I haven't camped in this type of stuff before. If you guys remember, Kyle and I used to do a bunch of crazy winter camps. One of them I had to stick my foot in his armpit to keep it from getting frost nip or frostbite. Last piece. That trip with Kyle, it was -40 Celsius every night for 3 nights, and it never got warmer than -20 Celsius in the daytime. Fahrenheit and Celsius are the same at -40. I don't know what -20 is in Fahrenheit, but it was cold. Very, very cold. We found a log cabin at the end, on the last night, with a wood stove, and we just loaded that guy up and got it rocking in there. But like as it is now, man, I'm not cold. I was cold earlier, I was chilly earlier. This fire is going really well. My toes can be a little bit warmer, but I could always take off my boots and warm them by the fire as well, which I might do. I don't need my gaiters on anymore for walking around. I'm done. I took my snowshoes off for the night. This whole thing is coated in a layer of ice on the inside. Oh yeah, now my water is slush. Anyway, I got water in there. Should be water soon. I want to make a tea. Oh, did I bring it? Did I bring it? This asparagus. Oh, I did bring it. I got a folder cup. Ooh, and my cookies, my gluten-free, sugar-free, not gluten-free, sugar-free cookies. Oh, I'm gonna eat one right now. I'm so happy about that. Maybe I'll have it with my tea. A little tea and crumpet. Tea and biscuit. Righto. Righto. Anyways, this is a folder cup. A Swedish folder cup. And this is a good size for my tea. I have a good herbal tea from David's Tea my wife got for me. And it is called Honey Drop Herbal. Boost your immunity with soothing orange, vitamin C, ginger, moringa, and mint. Ingredients are apple, honey bush, orange peel, peppermint, ginger, moringa leaves, rooibos, vervein leaves, mallow leaves, and petals, elderberry petals, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, stevia extract, natural flavoring, caffeine-free. So the only thing... Oh, it's made in Montreal as well. Montreal! The only thing that I don't know about is the stevia. Is stevia good for you? I don't think so. It smells very nice. I've had 1 cup of it before. Maybe 2. Maybe 2. A little T-ball action. Oh. We're just going to put a generous amount in there. Boom. So then that will go in my cup and pour the boiling water on top. Crazy how that works. Yeah, it smells really nice. I want this asparagus too. I'll throw it on the coals in a little bit. Alright. I think she's about steeped. I can't see anything because my headlight is on the camera. Just trying to fish this T-ball out of here without burning myself too bad. Okay, there we go. There's the scoop. Oh no! I need a scoop. A tea scoop. Alright, I'll stop. I'll stop. Cheers, folks. Very tasty. I'm going to keep this on my wood pile over here off the snow just so that it stays warm for stays warm longer. I am really interested in having one of these sugar-free, all-natural, chocolatey cookies. They come in three packs. They're very hard, but they're good. I don't know why, but after supper, I crave like nothing else, like a bite of chocolate. Just like, it doesn't have to be a bunch, just like a bite of dark chocolate, or dark chocolate's my favorite. I don't know why. Does anyone else have that? My back is getting cold. Hoping this tea warms me up. Feels good on the tummy like it always does. Oh, yes. Yes. All right, well, I think we're just going to sit here for a bit. We'll get back with you in a little bit. Probably just going to melt some more snow, stay hydrated. It's got to be 8 o'clock. Yeah, 10 to 8. 7:49. So, I won't be up past 10, I don't think. A couple hours, sit here, relax, hydrate, a couple more glasses or cups of tea. That way I have to get up and pee about 16 times. 5 to 16 times tonight. All right. So I'm trying to pour the remaining water from my pot into my water bottle. It seems that she's frozen shut. Oh, there we go. So this is just all ice in here. Hopefully break it back up, and then I'll pour it back into the pot with some water. With some snow. There we go. Then I'll get some drinkable water. That's not gonna really like hurt my teeth super bad while I drink it. All right, I need gloves. Oh, snap. I fell in the pit. Oh, no. 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 The gloves are... frozen stiff. Look what I did. Ow. This is all new. This shouldn't be down here. Well, I guess it's creating... Oh yeah, look at that. It's creating a lip. There's an old tree here underneath me, and that's going to keep me up, which is good. Look, it's all melted back like crazy. Don't mind me, I'm just over here man-spreading like nobody's business. You know how it is? It's alright, nobody wants this seat, so it's acceptable. Guarantee nobody wants this seat. Ah, she's hot. I'm not cold at all. I don't know what temperature it is right now, but it's 9 o'clock, and yeah, this fire is keeping me mighty warm. The wind is starting to kick up a bit. I don't know what that's all about, but we shall see. I'll probably go to bed in about a half an hour, maybe an hour. This circle is getting bigger. The old fire pit. Alright, this is it. I'm turning in. got everything put away. I've got a lot of my gear under here with some wood. My pot's hanging up in the tree. Everything's over in the gear tree. I'm going to leave my boots, my pants, and my gaiters next to me on top of all my gear. And I'm going to wear everything else that I have on to bed. I'll just do a couple buttons up. We'll leave the, oh, can you just see me or just smoke? Can you see me or just see smoke? I'm doing a couple buttons up on this shelter just to close in the top a bit, and I'll leave this bottom part open. Well, wish me luck. Oh, I have socks. I have a change of socks. I'll have to pull those out here before I take everything else off. Think warm thoughts for me. Alright, well, foot update. I've been laying here for a little bit, and my feet are getting warmer. I'm getting feeling back into my big toe, so that's nice. And I think I'm going to take my Nalgene of water and put it in my sleeping bag so it doesn't freeze overnight. So I'll have water in the morning and water through it tonight if I want it. Alright, good night, guys. Oh, we're a little foggy in here. It's almost 6 in the morning. I know it's lopsided too. What do we got? 5:53. 5:53. Well, stayed pretty warm. I did end up taking my big overcoat, like my big thick puffy, and tying the arms together, making a little tube and sliding it down and put my feet in there. My feet got warm. I ended up taking my socks completely off, even the new ones, and letting my feet just be skin on skin next to each other, and that warmed them up quite good. I woke up at 4-ish and put my socks on. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I imagine I'm awake now. I've been laying here since probably 4. But I did go to bed at 10. Anyways, it doesn't get light till about 8 o'clock. Well, I'm going to get up in a little bit and make my breakfast and hike on out of here when it gets light, because I got to go to the bathroom. That's the one thing about what's wrong with me still. I wouldn't be able to do a multi-day trip yet. I have to have some downtime after I use the bathroom. I really need to rest, which is okay. I will mend up very soon, and I'll be able to do multi-day trips. But as of now, I'm happy to do this overnight. It did start to snow or freezing rain or so. I imagine it was snow. It wouldn't have been freezing rain. Heavy pellets though, like it's starting again. I can hear it. Anyway, when I get up out of bed here, I'll bring you with me. We'll get a fire going. I got a bunch of wood right here, like a decent amount of wood to get a fire going. I'm sure those coals are dead cold by now. Yeah, decent sleeping bag. I don't know how cold it got. I'm not sure, but it said -16. So this sleeping bag's decent. I wish my feet were a touch warmer. I could have, and I usually do in the wintertime, put boiling water in my Nalgene before I go to bed and put that down by my feet like a little like a hot water bottle. But I did not do that. And after I laid down in bed, all socks and boots and pants off and everything, I thought I should have done that. Alright, I'll get back with you in a couple hours. Alright, it's time to get up. It's just after 7 now. Get up and make some breakfast. It's still pretty dark out. I can see a little bit of light coming through the tent
opening. I'm going to shut the light off. It's the best part of the day, getting up out of the warm sleeping bag into the cold. Oh, it did snow. Oh my goodness, the whole outside of my tent is covered in snow. Oh. Okay. Things are happening. Holy crap, it snowed. Okay. These buttons are fun to deal with. Oh man. So much snow. What the heck? Like I can crawl underneath it, but oh my goodness. Alright, let's go see the snowfall. It's still snowing. Oh. Oh. Oh yeah. Huh. It's snowing. It's a good amount. Wow. I must have slept pretty good. I did hear it coming down, but man. Yeah, this is a decent amount of snow, man. 2-3 inches easy. My gloves are frozen along with everything else. Light's starting to come out. I gotta melt up some snow for water. I actually cannot grab that without some gloves on. I know that. 1 minute here. Even touching this camera is brutally cold. Oh man, so even with that, the tent set up the way I did at the top with the little vent open, I got no snow in the inside the tent. I had no idea how much it snowed. No idea. Let me show you what I mean. Up in there, no snow. What a cool little tent, man. I'm pretty impressed. Never setting one up before. It was pretty intuitive. You know, cut your own pole. Just big enough for me and the dog, or me and the backpack. Kept all that snow out. It was windy too. It was sturdy. Very sturdy. Footprint. Now I just gotta find that
that stick I was using. This'll work. Maybe. Nope. Not long enough. This'll work. Okay. Oh man, my hands are so numb. This'll work. There we go. Oh. Oh. Hands too cold. Hands too cold. It's a nice morning. Did it stop snowing? Oh, it slowed right down. Huh. Anyway, nice morning. I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. I chugged that full Nalgene. I left a tiny little bit in the bottom. I have some dehydrated apples I'm gonna put in my my quinoa oatmeal. Quinoa. Natural oats. It's not much, but it's pretty filling once it's all fluffed up. And then I put a fruit with it. Normally, it's either I'll put blueberries, banana, apple. I haven't put apple slices yet, but this will be a first. I'm sure it'll taste good still. So this sleeping bag is from MEC, which is the Canadian equivalent to REI. It's called Mountain Equipment Co-op, or it used to be at least. And this is one of their bags. This is one of their sleeping bags. This is the -20, like I said, and it's along the same lines as the -10 and the -3 that I have. So that would be the orange one and the blue one. And the -3 is actually a +3. There was a recall on it years back. But the -10 has held up very well for me, and the rating has been true. And that is the stuff sack. This is the stuff sack I'm using. That's from the -10 one. So it's nice to know. This is so cold on my hands. It's nice to know that the -20 will also fit into the -10 stuff sack and goes in my backpack, which is pretty cool for a -20 bag. I don't know that it is the true rating of it. It could have been, my toes could have been a little warmer last night, but who knows. I have poor circulation as well. That could have been part of the cold feet thing. Always do have cold feet when I'm winter camping. But anyways. Okay. I gotta go warm my hands by the fire. That was brutal. That was brutal. Okay. That pot is rocking. I'd say she's boiling. There's my plane, hear it? Nice. Okay. I'm gonna put this on top of that, on top of the lid to the pot so it doesn't cool down while it's hydrating the oatmeal and stuff. Also, put some apple crisps in there. You know, live a little, spice things up. These are Blue Menu, PC Blue Menu, Fuji apple, dehydrated apple slices. They're really good. Damn, son. Maybe put a little bit more water in there. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. First bite here. Looking forward to it. It's good with the apple. It's pretty bland otherwise. Sometimes I put real maple syrup in it. I got a bottle from Woodsman 87 when I went to Sean's place for the 1,000,000 subscriber thing. So put a little splash of that in here every now and then. It's crazy, man. Like last night sitting by the fire here, I was really warm. Really warm. However cold it was. That's true. If you have enough firewood and you set up the right kind of fire, long fire, that you just radiate the heat, like you can stay out -40 for sure. And Kyle and I, the trip I was talking about last night, when we were on that trip, we were waiting until 8 o'clock every night to light the fire because we had not enough firewood. So it would be dark for 3 hours before we even lit the fire because we knew we wanted to sit by the fire and have a couple drinks and relax before we went to bed around 10 or whatever. So knowing we only had a couple hours worth of firewood, that's why we would wait, and that's why I end up having to stick my foot in his armpit to not lose my toes. Doing jumping jacks and everything, it wasn't working. I got my T-ball in here. I think I just ate a pine needle. Tasted quite piney. Well, I'm gonna finish this up and start tearing down camp and snowshoeing out of here. Be interested to see how the roads are. Again, there will be probably a week hiatus where I'll be missing a video after this one comes out because of going down to the children's hospital and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm back. Everything's good. I will continue to put out videos regularly. Just one extra week. So my valve was frozen shut this morning, and I had to put my mouth on it and warm it up in order to open it. And that's happened plenty of times. Just a little tip, just a little pro tip, you know. From old Joe. So in conclusion, the Fin Bear from Cold Steel was a good, decent blade. I like it. I like the grip on it a lot more than a Mora. It's a good cheap alternative, I think, for a Mora. What else? This pup tent, this Polish Lavu, it's pretty cool. I like a lot of things about it. I don't like the buttons, but that's not a big deal.
yeah, sleeping bag was all right. It was a good trip. Everything worked out all right. Everything worked out really well. I was super happy when I got that Bowdrill at the end. Man, that was a hearty set. I got a good amount of coals from that set. Excited about wood. It seems as though I've filled up all but 6 minutes of a 64 gig card. That is absolutely crazy. I cannot believe that. I've never even come close to that before. So, anyways, this is the last scene. Breaking this down, I want to show you how well those snow anchors worked. You can see this, right? Maybe I should do it here. You see this, right? Yes. Holy smokes. I can't even get it out. So, as you can see from just one, that's no joke. They freeze in place, and yeah, it works. It works well, obviously. Oh yeah, I used a part of that pole for that one. Put that on my backpack. Put that on my backpack. I can't believe I used that much memory. I did do a couple big time lapses actually, cutting up that wood and everything. Oh my goodness. Okay. My Bowdrill kit's kicking around here somewhere, I think. Anyway, a few pieces of it. Leave it here. I'll take this paracord off. Actually pretty cool that this backpack has these little bottom straps. A lot of these type of backpacks don't. Whoa! Snowshoe Joe. Snowshoe. Alright. I got everything in and on the bag. Might be a tight squeeze now. There we go. Well, thank you for joining me
on this overnight winter bushcraft canvas tent in the forest, in the snow, sub-0 degree, ice storm, prior vidya. I had a fun time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is old Joe signing off. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Goodbye. Baka!